Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make your very own Sniffer. To commemorate the Sniffer's glorious victory in the recent mob vote, I have decided that I cannot wait for real Sniffers, so instead, I'll be making my own, and for those of you that are as impatient as me, this one's for you. Here are all of the materials that you will need to make the build. Please do make sure that you have access to all of these. And you know what I'm going to do for you? I'm going to throw in this handy grid right here just in case you want to know how big this bad boy is. Begin by placing a grey concrete on the front left hand corner of your grid. Extend the grey concrete right by 2. 1, 2. Leave a gap of 4 going right in the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then place another row of 3 grey concrete. 1, 2, 3. Come back to the first row of 3 and extend it backwards by 2 rows. 1, 2. On top of the first 2 rows of grey concrete, stack another row of grey concrete. On the back row, place a row of light grey. On top of the entire area, place a row of cyan terracotta, like this. We now want to do this 5 more times in total. The Sniffer has 6 legs. So first of all, we are just going to make the other front leg. This is the exact same as the first initial leg that we've made. Once that has been complete, we have to make 2 more rows of legs. All we have to do is leave a gap of 3 between each leg moving backwards. We make the exact same thing every time until we inevitably end up with 6 legs. And once that has been complete, we can now continue on. Come all the way back to the front left leg. Take the middle of the top of the front of the leg and place 4 pink terracotta extending up from the center block. 1, 2, 3, 4. Extend to the right, and then extend down to the middle of the opposite leg. We can then join it together at the bottom to make a rectangle like this. We then want to take each one of the 4 corners of our rectangle and extend them backwards until they overhang the back of the build by 1 row. We will then connect them together to form another rectangle on the back of the build. Then, on the back of the build, we want to take the bottom 2 overhung corners, place pink terracotta underneath, and extend them inwards by 2. 1, 2. So extend the corner down, in by 2, just like this. We can then fill each one of the 4 sides of our rectangle in using pink terracotta, which is really easy to do. With the lower body complete, we can now work our way up to the head. Locate the front bottom left hand corner of the pink terracotta body. Move to the right by 1 and then up by 2. 1, 2. Begin by placing 2 pink terracotta extending out. 1, 2. Then a green terracotta, 2 yellow concrete, 1, 2. And then place 2 yellow terracotta, 1, 2. We then want to extend the yellow terracotta to the right by 4 using yellow concrete. 1, 2, 3, 4. We then want to place a yellow terracotta on the end, extend inwards, 2 yellow concrete, green terracotta, and then 2 pink terracotta. We're then going to connect all of these together underneath using the same materials that are just on the side. So wherever you have yellow terracotta, just connect it together left and right. Same with the yellow concrete, the green terracotta, and then ultimately the pink terracotta as well. Then from here, we are going to work on the 2 outward corners of the mouth. We're going to do both sides at the same time. Place a yellow terracotta on each one of the 2 corners with a red terracotta on top of the yellow. Connect the red together, left to right like this, and then extend each end of the red terracotta backwards by 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2, like this. Place a green terracotta on the end. We then want to extend the green terracotta down by placing a diagonal green terracotta connecting to the lower row that we already have. And we also want to, on the red terracotta, place an additional 2 green terracotta, 1, 2, and 1, 2, like this. We can then place yellow concrete on top of the red terracotta, extending forwards from the green terracotta. Then we want to place a yellow terracotta extending inwards on both sides like this, yellow concrete in between, black concrete on top of the yellow terracotta, and yellow concrete in between there. We want to fill this lower empty space in using yellow concrete as well, and this is pretty much the snout area complete. We can fill the exposed sides in using yellow concrete, like this. And then, for the rest of the head, it's relatively simple. We want to place behind the rows of green terracotta here, pink terracotta, and extend up an additional row. So pink terracotta, up an additional row. Join it together using green terracotta like this. So from the front, you will see a row of green. We can also connect the green terracotta together on top of the nose area with yellow concrete in front of it. We're then going to extend the 2 pink terracottas backwards by 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. You should note that those line up with the body. You can even connect them down if you like. There's not really too much of a purpose in doing so, but you can connect them together if you like, and you can even fill like the back of the head in like this, and we can fill the top of the head in too. That actually does need filling in, but that leaves the 2 sides exposed. So from here, we want to place 2 black concrete extending backwards from this pink terracotta connected to the nose, so 1, 2 black concrete, and then pink terracotta filling the rest of the area in. And then on the opposite side of the head, we want to place 1, 2 black concrete with pink terracotta filling the rest of the area in, just like this. Then we have to make the ears. So the ears are made using red terracotta. And we want to begin by placing a red terracotta underneath the side corner block at the top of the head. So just underneath this corner, red terracotta, and then one next to it. We're then going to drop the red terracottas down, so one will intersect in the body and one will just sit in front like this. The red terracottas want to come all the way down to the side of the head. You can drop them 1 row lower if you like, because it does kind of look cute. We then, starting from the top, leave 1 row, and we want to place a row of red terracotta that just sits on the side, kind of like this. I don't know whether I like the ears dropping down 1 or not, but we'll leave it as is. So on the opposite side, once again, underneath this corner, red terracotta, extend 1 inwards, drop the red terracottas down until they drop just 1 row underneath the head, because it kind of gives him floppy ears, which is quite cute, and then add another row of red terracotta just along the side like this. And that is pretty much the head complete. So, from here, things are quite simple. We just have to make the bushy body. Come all the way up to the top left-hand corner of the back of the head, and place a lime terracotta behind the corner. Extend the lime terracotta to the left by 2, 1, 2, and then extend up by 3, 1, 2, 3. We also want to extend down by 1, 2, 3 as well, just like this. So the idea here is that we now want to extend all the way to the back of the body, have it overhang by 1, so this overhangs the back of the body by 1, extend it all the way across the back of the body again, and then all the way forwards until we connect to the back of the ear. We then want to extend upwards and join it together across the top. We can then turn it into a giant rectangular shape, very similar to what we have done a few times already, which will just leave us this really big empty rectangle to fill in a little bit later, so something that looks very akin to this. But before we start doing that, we have to shape the side of the body a little bit. So if we start on the left side just behind the ear, it's really simple, the strategy for this. So basically, we leave a gap of 2, so 1, 2, and then we place 2 lime terracotta underneath. We then want to place another row of 2 lime terracotta underneath and to the left of this, like this. And then above and to the left of this, we want to place 2 lime terracotta extending left. So we will be left with this shape. And we basically just keep repeating this. So we want to leave a gap of 2 going left, so 1, 2, and then 2 lime terracotta, 2 underneath to the left, and then 2 up and to the left, and we can fill this in, and you can see how this repeats. So on the back, we add an additional lime terracotta here, just extending around the corner, and then down and to the left, 2 lime terracotta, up and to the left, 2 lime terracotta, down and to the left, 2 lime terracotta, up and to the left, 2 lime terracotta like this, and we can just fill these little bits in with lime terracotta as well, and you can see how that just kind of follows around nicely. And then on the opposite side, we of course have to do the exact same thing, so we'll extend this lime terracotta just to the left like this, and then we want to have a row of lime terracotta down and to the left, up and to the left, gap of 2, then 2 lime terracotta, down and to the left, up and to the left, and then we have a gap of 2, and then we can just fill these sides in. And just in case you just want to take a little bit of a peek at it, this is what we're working with, so that is absolutely perfect. Once you have that effect, all we have to do is actually fill the body in, which is really, really simple. So all we have to do to finish the build is fill the body in using lime terracotta. That bushy leafy body that sits on top of the lower body, we fill it in using lime terracotta, each one of the 4 faces of the rectangle. And if you are feeling a little bit spicy, you may choose to take each one of the top 4 corners of the rectangle and replace them with green terracotta and extend the green terracotta outwards in each one of the 3 directions. And I think that this just puts a nice end to the body. It helps differentiate it from the lower part, and it just kind of helps make the statue stand out a little bit. You might like it, you might not. I do. It's up to you. Once you have finished that part, ladies and gentlemen, you have successfully made your Sniffer. I hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, please do remember to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, click the little bell next to the subscription button. That'll ensure that you get all my stuff sent directly to your sub box. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye!